for coming for the first session. Let me introduce myself. I am Numaila and I'll be your trainer for this whole season. Yeah. I'll go through you the pre-participation screening and also I'll meet your consent throughout the assessment. I'll explain more about the pre-participation screening. So basically, it's a set of questionnaires, and it basically check if you need any medical clearance for the exercise performed later, and to know the level of intensity that you are suitable for. And it's also to check for health conditions, which is in one of the steps for the screening. And lastly is to check for any underlying health conditions that you might have and any symptoms that might contribute to the exercises later on. And also, I would like to tell you about the screening algorithm. It's basically a yes and no if you have performed exercise on a daily basis. So if you don't perform any exercises, right, and you have any signs or symptoms of cardiovascular diseases or any heart diseases, then you are most likely you need medical clearance. Apart from that, I will also tell you about the procedures, benefits, the risks, safety precautions, and also the alternate exercises that you can do. Along the way, right, if you don't need any medical clearance, then you can proceed to the exercises. So along the exercises, right, I might need to spot you. So what does spotting do is actually I will have to be close to you, but I won't touch you. So it is to actually prevent you from like any injuries or like falls, because in case like you are unable to complete the exercise or like you need assistance along the way, then I'll be there to spot you. If there is nothing else, then we'll go through by you attending for the first session, it means that you are willing to be my client for the assessment.
Yes.
So now I will go through with you the health screening step by step. There will be 3 steps. So the first step is the signs and symptoms, and the second step is the current activity, and finally the last step is the medical conditions. You might want to see, and then like if you have any questions along the way, then you can ask me.
So far everything is okay. There's current activity just because there's no ordinary.
So you perform a planned and structured physical activity. So it's at moderate intensity as well. So if that's the case, then you don't need any medical clearance, because and you can continue the exercise at light to moderate intensity. Since you have cleared the medical screening, right, and you are allowed to perform a light to moderate intensity exercise, so now we'll go through with you the pre-test considerations. So firstly is not to exercise on the test day or like 3 hours before the exercise, because you want to ensure that you get enough rest and not have any injuries before the exercise. Secondly is to not consume alcohol within 3 hours of testing. Thirdly is to not drink caffeine, and no consumption of food within 3 hours of testing, because you wouldn't want to be too full to actually conduct the exercise. Next is not to consume any tobacco within 3 hours of testing. And I would also like to stress on the attire for the assessment, because we want to allow freedom of movement, and the shoes as well can be used for walking or running. So Crocs is not allowed. Yeah. Next is hydration. It's very important to drink adequate amount of water over the period of 24 hours. So that to ensure normal hydration before we actually perform the assessment. And lastly, for medication, so there are some medications that can affect your resting heart rate or your exercise heart rate. So if you have any medications, right, you can actually bring along your medication list, and you're supposed to tell me when is the last dose that you've taken. So